Hello, hope I'm audible. Assalamu alaikum, adab, and namaskar. Uh, this is Ahmad Bilal Anwar, and in this video, I would be sharing my experience with you people and what learnings you can have from my experiences. And in the second part of the speech, I would tell you something about that. Despite all the constraints of resources, you can achieve wonders in your life, and how can you pursue those dreams. So starting with my own experience, I belong from Darbhanga, Bihar, a small town in Bihar. Got my primary and secondary education till class like 10th in Darbhanga, from 10th to 12th in Patna, and BTech in Delhi from Delhi College of Engineering. So let's start from my school days. I did my schooling from Jesus and Mary Academy. It is a decent school in my town, and till class 4th or 5th I was very poor in my academics. I used to fail in multiple subjects, and but things got changed from 5th onwards, and the major reason behind the change I would attribute to my tutor, who taught me mathematics and who brought a special interest in me regarding mathematics. So that was a turning point for me as far as academics is concerned. Since then, my percentages started becoming better and better, and my performance in mathematics also improved. So lesson number 1, that if you have a good teacher, you can achieve wonders. If you have a good teacher, he can completely transform your trajectory of success. So respect a sir and learn what he teaches. Then like from 9th and 10th, I was very singularly focused towards IIT JEE. Like my mind was very clear that I have to go for engineering and from IIT, and so like I was studying very hard. At that time what happened, I started compromising my my focus on English and literature. So that led to the weakness in the communication skills later on, which the repercussions I'm still facing. So the lesson number 2 could be that balance your studies. Don't just focus on a single aspect so much so that other aspects are ignored. So if you are interested in, let's say, biology, okay, pursue it, but should not ignore the mathematics aspect, or should not ignore the English or Hindi. All these things are important, especially in the job market. The command over soft skills, which comes from the command over the language, is very much necessary. So give equal focus, if not more, on literature aspect also. In class 10th I got 88 percentage. It was decent score at that time. Then I moved to Patna. In Patna I joined Vidya Mandir classes for IIT JEE preparation. It is a good coaching institute where you have to give entrance to qualify to get admission into that institution. In 11th and 12th I was focusing very hard. I studied 10 hours, 12 hours a day for the IIT JEE preparation, and when I was done with that preparation, I gave IIT JEE and other examinations like AIEEE and AMU examination and others. I qualified with the blessings of Almighty. I qualified all the examinations. Although my rank in IIT was not that good, so I was getting mining branch from mining branch in IIT Dhanbad, and through AIEEE I was getting NITs and DC. So I consulted my seniors and the faculty members. They told me to come to DC because it offers a better avenue for further opportunities. So I joined DC. So lesson number 3 could be consultation. If you consult a right person, he will guide you in a proper manner. So always approach those who have knowledge and who have experience. You can consult me all the time. You can consult your Aman sir. You can consult other people who visits Gyan Kunj. So consultation is also very necessary, and guidance. Now, when I joined Delhi College of Engineering, the problems which I faced and how I overcame it with the blessings of Almighty, and how I went through all those 4 years, and then excuse me, there's I think some issue with the mobile. Yeah. Then how I came out of the college and got the job and all those things. So let's start. When I entered college, I was like good in academics because my rank was very good in IEEE, and hence I was one of the like branch openers in electrical engineering. So I was good in like academic stuff. I was able to absorb the things which were being taught in the classes. But the weak portion was again the communication skill and the soft skills, because being from a small town in Bihar, you don't focus much on these aspects. But when I reached Delhi College of Engineering, I came face to face with people who were from Delhi, who were from many were from Dubai and other places. So they had very good command over communication skill, writing abilities. So all these soft skills they were very good at. But although they were like bit weaker on aspects like mathematics or aspects like physics and other things which we are taught in as part of academics, but because of their command over the language and the communication, they were able to dominate various cultural societies, various technical societies, and their placement rate was also very good. So I realized that we need to bridge this difference which I had. So I had met some good friends, and they were very helpful, and they helped me a lot. So with the help of them, I tried to gradually improve my English communication, and with the blessings of Almighty, it became like better with time, Alhamdulillah. Now yeah, so lesson number 4 can be that write good friends, having good circle who can benefit you, and you can benefit them, is mutual beneficial for you as well as them. So always make good friends who is beneficial for you. So friendship and circle of people surrounding you defines you. So whatever passion, whatever dream you have, always keep in mind who is surrounding you and whom you are being surrounded with. Okay, so friendship is very important. Always be very cautious to whom you are becoming friend. Continuing on. Now, as like my percentage in college was like, yeah, it was on the upper side. It was good, Alhamdulillah. And so I sat in and my projects also was very good. I did good projects in college. So when came the 4th year, time for placement, my resume was like okay, because my percentages was good, my projects were also good. So I had a better chance to get placement. And many companies came. I sat in many companies, but I was being rejected in many interviews initially. Like I got rejected in more than 5-6 interviews. So I later realized that interview was my weak point initially. So I worked on, again with the help of friends, they helped me to correct my mistakes, where I was lacking, how I was, my expression point and all those things. So it gradually improved, and finally I got a placement in a very good company called Technip, which is a French company which designs refinery. So yeah, one more thing in college days. While in college days, I had in mind that I have to go for higher studies, like I have to go for civil services preparation, or I have to go for CAT, or I have to go for masters in electrical engineering, but I was not sure which path I would be pursuing. So this lack of clarity clouded my decision making, and I, like the herd mentality, I also joined people who were preparing for CAT, for MBA from IIMs. So I also joined a CAT coaching institute in Connaught Place in Delhi, and I did like full coaching. But in like as the coaching went on, I lost interest in the preparation. So lesson number 5 could be that clarity of thought is very, very crucial. If you have a clear dream, it would be far easier for you to reach the destination, and it will be better for you to focus your energy. Otherwise your talent and your potential would be wasted. So consult people, make your dream clear, and work on it. Once I came out of the college and joined the company Technip for my job, the first year was training part, and I did job for nearly 14 months. So majority of time I was under training only. My job was as an electrical engineer was to design those parts of refinery, in which you have power systems and motors and all those things. So it was a very interesting experience over there. I went to Kerala also for 5-6 months, and got a good exposure, interaction with the different people, and how different departments work, and how coordination is very important for a success of any big project. So, but while in Technip, I got clarity that I have to go for civil services preparation. So that clarity came in the job. So during job time only, I started searching for the coaching institute, which coaching to join, when to join, which option to take, and so on and so forth. Once, so learning from Technip could be that I met good amount of friends over there from various diversified fields, and who are still a good friendship with. So again, I'm stressing the point that build a relationship with those people who can be beneficial to you in the long run. So be a bit smart in choosing your friends. Now, once I left Technip, I resigned. I left Technip in 2016. I think September, 2016 September, and I joined Civil Services Coaching Institute for Preparation named Vajiram and Ravi in Karol Bagh. And the coaching started, and it was just like hectic schedule, coaching, multiple hours coaching, then studying and commutation, and so it was completely grill. But it was very energizing thing, very interesting also, because when one passes through those hardships, the people from outside see this, that person is working very hard, the hardship which the person is facing. But the person who is passing through those phases, that person does not see that situation as hardship. He enjoys those situations because he has a larger dream to pursue. So in my case, I was enjoying those period, although it was a bit like demanding on my physically and mentally also, exhaustive it was. But the passion was there to prepare, and I studied like hard. I was studying 10-12 hours, and so Alhamdulillah, with the blessing of Almighty, it was going on. So when the first attempt I wrote, I qualified prelims with the blessings of Almighty, but in the mains, the second stage, I got rejected. So I was very disheartened. Man, why I lost, why I failed in mains. I should have qualified. I qualified IIT, JEE, and IEEE other examinations in the first attempt, but why I failed in the civils in the first attempt. So I was a bit devastated. But later on, I realized that, man, this examination is a completely different ball game. It requires different skill sets, and I need to mold myself to these skill sets. So learning number, I forgot the learning number. Let's say learning number N could be that if for a pursuance of a dream or a passion, a different skill set is required, then those skill sets, even if you do not have the aptitude for, could be gained through molding your behavior, your thought process, your actions. It takes time. It may take you 6 months, 1 year, but your brain would be molded to develop aptitude in the thing which you want to pursue. So let's say you want to become an engineer from IIT, but you have aptitude, let's say, towards arts till now, but you feel that you are passionate about engineering. So you might be not that good in mathematics and physics, but if you work hard, sincerely, you will definitely develop the aptitude for it, and you will definitely qualify it. Now, this happened. Now in the second attempt, which I gave in 2018, with the blessings of Almighty, I qualified Indian Forest Service. So here I am in present day Dehradun, undergoing training for that service only. It is a beautiful place. You ask Aman sir to bring you here. I will make you visit different places here in Dehradun. It is a beautiful place. So presently I am undergoing training in Indian Forest Service, and I have been allotted Jharkhand cadre. So once training is over, I will be moving to Jharkhand. But in the second attempt, although I qualified Indian Forest Service, but in the civil services, through which you become IAS or IPS, I went up to interview level. That is the third stage, but I did not crack it. So I was a bit disheartened, man. I qualified Indian Forest Service, that is IFS, but I failed in civil services. I should have also qualified that. So I was thinking like that. But when the score came, I realized that I just missed by very small margin. So there was a scope of improvement. If I work, I could qualify the examination. So I thought that way. So uh, I again prepared for the third attempt. I skipped some portion of the training of Indian Forest Service, and again went for the preparation of civil services third time. So it was a bit demanding. Yeah, you are studying same thing again and again. So the learning number n plus 1 could be perseverance will give you a positive result. For success in any stream, you have to persevere. There would be multiple things which would be monotonous, which would be boring, but you have to get over that. To pursue that larger dream, you have to sacrifice uh, your short-term pleasure, short-term uh, distractions, or short-term desires for the larger goal, and you can do it through perseverance. So if you have the larger goal in your brain, in your mind, even though it may take some time, it may feel the path is too long, I cannot do it, I cannot achieve it, but if you keep persevering, keep trying, you will definitely get it. Almighty will always be kind on you. So in the third attempt which I gave, with the blessings of Almighty, I got 332 rank in the civil services examination. So I am very happy with that. And so most probably I would be getting IRS, that is Indian Revenue Service, under which you become like GST commissioner or income tax commissioner. But till now the service has not been allotted, so I'm waiting for the service. So let's say what service I get, then I consult my people of knowledge, like my seniors and other faculty members, and I will tell them that which path to take here. Either should I remain Indian Forest Service, or should I move to Indian Revenue Service or other services which I get. So that is a decision to be taken at the later point of time. But with the blessings of Almighty, the name came in the list, so I'm very happy with that. Now let me talk to you something more pertinent and relevant to you. I think far more important than the journey, than my journey or my experiences, is that the barriers are only mental. The real barriers are only in the brain. The constraint of resources, the constraint of money or the family support can be easily bridged by a person who has real commitment or the passion to pursue the dream. There are various examples in every field, and actually the true success is achieved when there is lack of resources. Then the true success is achieved. Why Irfan Pathan became Irfan Pathan? Because he emerged from those background, those circumstances where he faced every kind of adversity, lack of resources, lack of money, lack of family support, but still he emerged and he became the superstar. Similarly, you have success stories in various fields. You see civil services. Here I know multiple people who came from extremely rural background with a very poor source of income, but they persevered, they labored hard, they worked themselves up, they learned from their failures, learned from their mistakes, and they gradually improved, and they became the successful, far more successful. So achieving something when you have been pampered with everything is not a success in reality. Let's say I have been blessed with everything, like let's say I have been pushed for my studies right from my childhood. I have been pampered with the money and with the gifts and so on and so forth. I never faced any difficulty or any adverse situation in life. Then I get some result, then that is not an achievement. That is just because you have everything, you achieved some small thing, or you qualified some examination. So you just qualified an examination. That is not a true success. True success is when you, in the absence of all those resources, from the family support, from the finance point of view, from the consultation point of view, still you labored hard, you labored very hard. You learned from your mistakes, you learned from your experiences, and you improved yourself to break that glass ceiling and to reach that level. That is true success. And there are various examples, right from Ambedkar ji. You know the story of Ambedkar ji. He was untouchable. He was brought up in an untouchable family, Dalit family, and he became what he became. So people like them are inspiration for all of us. Similarly, as I gave you example from the sports world, Irfan Pathan and like a lot of people. Similarly in the politics, you have multiple examples. Those who were rose from the right from the grassroots level and they achieved. They deserve the real respect of us. So if you guys are facing some kind of adversity, some kind of adverse situation, some kind of difficulty, take it as an opportunity. Take it as an opportunity that you challenging yourself that man, these barriers I will break. These problems I will break. And in the reality, the barriers are only in the brain. If you have the willpower, you can break every barrier, every barrier. Read the biographies of Subhash Chandra Bose and people like Mahatma Gandhi. They really broke every barrier and they proved that the barriers are only in the mental world, not in the reality. So if you have the passion, the pursuit, the commitment, you will definitely achieve what you want to achieve. You will face hardship, and that is part and parcel of life. But you have the commitment, you will convert those hardships into opportunities. So let me just narrate you one line and then I think I will interact you later on. The line is like this. मिटा दे अपनी हस्ती को अगर कुछ मर्तबा चाहिए कि दाना खाक में मिलकर गुले गुलजार होता है. लेट मी रिपीट इट अगेन. मिटा दे अपने हस्ती को अगर कुछ मर्तबा चाहता है कि दाना खाक में मिलकर गुले गुलजार होता है. एक जो सीड होता है, सीड लेट से आम की गुठली, वो पहले मिट्टी में जाती, गिरती है, वो मिट्टी के अंदर छिप जाती है, वो अपनी आइडेंटिटी को ख़त्म कर देती है, उसका नामो निशान ज़मीन के सरफेस पर से ख़त्म हो जाता है. फिर वो ज़मीन के नीचे रॉट करती है, सड़ती है. उस डिफ़िकल्ट सिचुएशन में अपने आप को वो उस स्ट्रगल से गुजरती है. फिर वहाँ से एक इमर्ज होता है सैपलिंग, जो कि धीरे धीरे बढ़ता है और बढ़ते बढ़ते एक वो शिद्दत तक पहुँचता है जहाँ पे एक मैजेस्टिक पेड़ बनता है जिससे हज़ारों लोग फ़ायदा उठाते हैं. तो वैसा ही हम कुछ भी कर सकते हैं. मिटा दे अपने हस्ती को, पहले अपने आप को, यू हैव टू डिसॉल्व योर सेल्फ, यू हैव टू रिमूव योर आइडेंटिटी. अगर कुछ मर्तबा चाहिए, अगर इफ यू हैव टू रीच दैट ज़ेनिथ. सो ड्रीम बिग, स्टार्ट स्मॉल, गिव योर बेस्ट and remember me also in your duas, and inshallah we'll remain in touch. Thank you, man, for this opportunity. Thank you.